So, bro, what do you feel man's biggest fear is? Man's biggest fear.
Man, biggest fear. I think it depends.
Yeah.
I don't really believe there's an ultimate fear for every man. I don't think there's like a general fear for like every man in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it depends on a situation of a man, because some people might say, oh, it's about like getting rich or growing up and making it in life
Yeah, being
as a
successful.
young man. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then what about people that have gone through that phase of making it in life?
Yeah. They'll probably have other
Yeah,
fears
you
too.
have other fears. So it can be like maybe fears in relationship, maybe fears in your family, your biggest fear in your family, or some people are always, for example, maybe I would say a father and a child. Like I know some people that have fear of losing their child, or not just death, maybe
Yeah, for parents, like maybe
messing up, or and the child will be like, oh, I can't.
True.
I
But
can't be a child anymore.
I think I saw online somewhere that men's biggest fear is like not having their own offspring. You know, like not fathering a child before he leaves the world. For some men, basically, or for some men, is like raising kids that are not their own. Like there's this celebrity recently that his story came out that he was fathering kids that are not his own. He was fathering kids that are not his own, and the woman still came out and was like bashing him for not being a good dad or stuff like that. So like some men's biggest fear might maybe raising kids that are not their own, or being unsuccessful. Some might be dying young without actually like leaving their footprints in the sand of time. It depends. But you personally, if they ask you what's the biggest fear, wait till you go talk, what would you say?
Right now, at this point in my life, I think my biggest fear. I mean, I have goals. I have things I want to achieve.
Yeah.
I have like a picture of my life.
Yeah, you want it to be.
Yeah. And I feel like I need to get there. And I'm thinking about, sometimes I think about the possibilities of not getting there.
Okay, so that's probably your biggest fear. Yeah. I think that will probably be mine too, like, not like really. But I don't know. How would you feel, you know, like just living the year without having a kid, without like continuing the lineage? Because that's another thing, that's the biggest fear. So, do you mean that after a young man dies, not us basically, but a young man dies and doesn't have a kid, like, do you know, his generation is cut short like that, bro?
I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters because if you see, for example, now, people say the one male child, female child, all those ones.
Exactly. In African tradition, fathers want male sons to continue the lineage, to continue with their name.
But the thing is, even if you have a female child, your blood still continues. Don't you understand? Like,
the bloodline
that child will still be
your
child, and that child will have another child.
But not your name. Not your name.
But it doesn't really matter.
It matters in African traditional culture. Why do you
because at the end of the day, if you bring out like the list, your lineage, like for example, oh, this is a family tree, you still see your family there. Those are people you know, your blood members. They are still part of
I don't know. I really don't know, because when it comes to family tree, I don't know how it works here.
Okay, but why is it okay for a female child to marry and take another person's name?
Yeah, because she's a female, she's a girl, she's a woman. She can take another. But like basically, imagine a line. Like there's this family line here. They have no girls, and then they give birth. The girls get married to another line, another family. They assume the names of the people they get married to. In the next couple of generations, 2 generations, the generation that gave birth to those people, they've forgotten them basically. That name is no longer there. It's gone, forgotten. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand from that
perspective. Is that not something to be scared of for me? Like, oh boy, that lineage.
See, the way I think about it, I understand from your point of view, because I think it makes sense that way. But I still think at the end of the day, you that you're looking for the integrity now, you're still gonna die. And you won't even
know. You won't even think about it. That's another thing.
So I don't think you should really pay attention to it. As long as this people are your family, your bloodline will still continue.
Yeah.
Your bloodline will still continue at the end of the day.
Because at the end of the day,
your mama na see your mama, your papa na your papa, you no fit change.
Yes, true. But this thing is serious thing because now that I'm thinking about it, not having a male child is something serious. You don't have a male child. That line, like after a few years, they'll forget. Honestly, they'll forget. But for me, I think the man's biggest fear should actually be raising other people's kids when you believe they're your own.
But you know another thing is, from the angle you're talking about, they'll forget. The thing is, the main thing is to make impact. If you make impact, it doesn't matter.
True.
Because if you just create a family and you're continuing your name and the name is irrelevant, what is it?
I swear.
It doesn't matter now.
Just make an
So who are the people remembering you? Maybe just your family members because you're not making any impact in anybody's life.
I swear.
So it doesn't matter. I think as long as you make impact, it doesn't matter whichever name your family members take.
True. So because they are great people that we can't even remember who their kids are.
You don't even know.
I don't fucking know who Michael Jackson kids are. I mean it. But like I still remember the name Michael Jackson. And I'm sure he has boys, he has sons. So like
so it doesn't always matter.
It doesn't always matter.
As long as you make like a positive impact in the world.
Make positive impact in the world. But at the same time, it's always, it's just natural. I think it's in our genes, like just God said be fruitful and multiply. I don't want to be biblical. Be fruitful and multiply. It's like you definitely want to have kids. You definitely want to sow seeds. You definitely want to replenish the earth and just have kids.
I think at the end of the day is a personal choice because I know there are some people that don't want to have kids. I don't think there's anything wrong with it,
True.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
There are people that just adopt kids and be like, fuck kids. I don't necessarily have to give pets. True. But for some people, it depends. Maybe it's their career, just being happy in life. If they're happy in life, they don't fucking care if they are known or not, if they are successful. I think happiness is relative, success is relative. For some people, being happy is successful. Yes, being happy is successful. They don't have to have all the material things in the world before they feel happy. And
some people just want to be comfortable too.
Yeah.
They don't really even care about any flashy thing.
Yeah, and to them, they're living a happy life, and to them, that's their biggest fear, not being happy in life.
If I want to ask you now, let's go with like men's biggest fear in relationship. What do you think it is?
In relationship, it will be my partner cheating on me. That would probably be my biggest fear in a relationship. My partner cheating on me. I think that's for most guys because like we are territorial as men. So like when we have partners, we believe our partners are like our safe haven, our sanctuary. Like so like when another person comes through, for me that's like the deal breaker. You get that's the end of it for me.
For me, I think men's biggest fear in relationship. I think more is for me mental health.
Mental health, peace of mind.
Yeah.
We want peace of mind. Men like peace of mind relationship. But there's a school out there that believes men love women that are so stubborn or women that are crazy and they bring the vibe, they bring joy to them. But that's by illusion.
I think for that one it just depends because there are some men that just like really loud girls.
Is it really loud?
Yeah, there's some men that like really loud girls, man. Like all those men that like going to clubs, Well, I understand there are some girls. Not every girl that goes to clubs is loud, but there are some guys that like all those kind of girls. Also, I think biggest fear for me in relationship is the mental health. I don't even think about cheating because sometimes there are people that come into your life that will just go. I know cheating can be mental, but for me, I think personally, I just think about the satisfaction in the relationship.
Like the quality of the relationship.
Yeah, because you can always grow out of love. There are all these things that happens in the relationship. It's just during that period of the relationship, are we having like peace and this thing?
like men generally have issues with mental health. I think it's men with mental. I think men commit more suicide than women because of mental health issues. So I think that might be another thing, like not being mentally stable. Like I don't know, it's possible.
Like conversation as in, imagine like a man is trying to pursue something in his life. He has a goal, and then you have someone that is supporting you, but also trying to drag you, kind of,
because like relationship issues. Yeah, I think I understand that it's possible. Like she's supportive, but at the same time, like because of the kind of character she has, and the fact that maybe she worries a lot and nags a lot and stuff, it's just draining.
Yeah, but also some men too, like you cheating. Some men maybe like I don't know.
I think for married men, it's probably divorce. Men that sign all these spousal support or whatever, and then their wife divorces them and then lives with half of their properties. that might be the biggest first for some men, because nowadays men don't even want to get married because they don't want to sign that contract.
But you do think you get married?
I don't know when the time comes, man.
What do you think about marriage? What do you think about marriage?
Married. Do men generally don't really think about marriage? They just they just find out it's time. They want to procreate, have kids, but maybe with the woman they love. But I don't think men generally think about. They don't glamorize marriage the way women do.
Do you think marriage and relationship and like dating is the same thing?
No, they're different things now. They're actually different things. Like marriage is like a lifelong contract. For me, because I'm a Christian here, so like I feel like when you get married once, you're supposed to stick to that person for life. So like when you're making that decision, it's like a very, very important decision you have to make. Like I've seen it in places where they say the kind of woman you marry can make you or break you. And there are some things that are at the back of every successful woman is every successful man is a woman. So yes. That's one biggest fear, marrying the wrong person. Like because like being tied to the wrong woman for life. Your mental health is in the mud, bro.
Marrying the wrong person is a different kind of pressure. Like,
hi, Jesus.
And if I imagine even marrying to the wrong family as a man.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Those are biggest fears too, I swear. But I feel like men don't really think about all this kind of fear because I'm not thinking about marriage. I don't know.
At some point in your life,
you need to think about
it. That's why I still don't think like there's a particular biggest fear for a man. It just depends on the condition you are at that point in life. Because a 30-year-old man that is successful and has everything put together is not going to have a fear of not having his life together. Or maybe he might have a fear of losing everything, but that's different from someone that doesn't even have at all.
Yeah, I think it's different stress for different folks. Because like for some people, like I feel like people in their mid-30s, they probably have fears different from people in their late 40s or people in their 70s. People in their old age now, they probably want to die peaceful deaths, because they know, okay, time is running up. They probably think that, man, I'm gonna be out of this world soon and I want a peaceful death. So like, do you know, like it's different. It's different for different folks. Honestly, it's different for different folks. So like,
what do you think about people that have fear for death, like dying?
Man, I'm sure there's a word for it, but I don't know. But I don't know. I feel like death is a price that everyone is going to pay finally. Like, everybody's going to die.
If you accept the fact that you're going to die one day.
Yes.
I don't think you should be afraid. I think you should just try to enjoy the moment.
I swear, live each day at a time, enjoy the moment, because even young people die, old people die. So like, just enjoy the moment. So don't fucking.
But it's always unfortunate that when you don't live to enjoy your life and you just die.
No.
So I can understand sometimes.
May God grant us a long life. So like, yeah. Biggest fears. But basically, I think the things I'm scared of the most, marrying the wrong into the wrong family or the wrong woman, not being successful in life. So it can't be just one thing.
Yeah.
It's probably a lot of things.
Yeah. Because you might say your biggest fear is making it. You make it, something else comes up.
Yeah.
You like.
Yeah, it's not just that. Like, okay.
At different point in your life,
Sorry to cut you. Like, for some people, their biggest fear was probably just making it and like being financially strong or being successful in whatever career. But it's possible to lose all that.
Yeah. It's very
So
possible.
when you get to the stage of acquiring all those titles that you want and maybe the wealth, then your next biggest fear is not losing them.
Yeah.
I think it never ends.
Yeah,
it never ends. So like there's always
at every point in your life you're always gonna have
because
something.
now like most people who are students, like for men or women, they probably don't want to like be failures in their academic careers and like, oh boy, I need to like get this grade, finish with this grade. You know, like they probably want to make their family proud of personally because it's the goal they want to achieve, you know. But like there's
at every stage,
scared of.
at every stage, from a young man growing up to an old man.
I said from the age where you can be accountable for your actions and you can think for yourself.
Yeah.
So like at the end of the day, there are many things to be scared of. So like if I ask you, how would you cope with all these fears, like all these worries as a young man? Because there are people out there listening or watching here, and they need to know how they can cope with all these lot of things they're scared of. You know, what do you think? Which advice can you give? Like, okay, so like they can face their fears and like not be worried about it and go on about with their lives, not be worried about being worried about failure, marrying the wrong person, or like, what do you think?
Personally, I think there's no like one answer because of the numerous
Is it
situations.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to try to give like a general answer. I think you should just take life
as it comes.
Not as it comes. I think you should try to understand how life works generally. Like if you understand that people will always disappoint you, things will always happen and not always go your way, and not everybody has the same choices with you, then you try to take it one step at a time. I think that's how you just...
True. If I get you right, like you can't control people's actions. So about relationships, about partners living, you just have to like enjoy the moments. If it goes the other way, you take it as it is. And then for careers, I think you just have to do your best and then leave the rest, like hoping the best happens.
I just think generally you just take control of your life, like be the pilot of your life,
plane. Your own destiny. True. Alright, it's nice having you here, Drake. Mr. Drake. Mr. Guys, thank you for watching. Drop your opinions. Like, what do you think are men's biggest fear? I'd like to know all about your opinions, and then maybe next time in another video we can just talk about the comments and discuss about it. But what are your main thoughts? What are men's biggest fear? How do you think men should cope with their biggest fears? Thank you. Do like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.